You're good.
Okay, this is Vash. I'm going to do a Lefty v Righty setup class real quick. That's Rick requested. This is for you, Rick. Alright, so I am 6 foot tall and I have longer arms. So I'm taller and I have long arms than the average American male. So my setups for shots as a lefty are going to be different than a lot of different people. So I'm going to show you mine and I'm going to break it down at lower levels. So one of the most important things to remember off the start is your body type versus your opponent's body type. So Noor is shorter than the average fighter that you will fight. So I'm going to break this down at 3 levels. I'm going to go top, mid, low. So when I'm fighting Noor at my height, so if you're more my level of height of a fighter, top is going to be more dangerous because if I just go top in a setup, I'm most likely going to hit Noor in the face. Anywhere up top. So I can try to get like shoulder snipes and everything, but if Noor just shifts in the direction that I'm shooting, it now becomes their face. So top setups, you're going to want to remove down less of what you're going to be doing depending on that. So if it's me, so if you're more like me and you're fighting more like Noor, we're going to work at the middle. So middle setups for me is a lot of times we don't want to just throw raw, which means we just throw a shot off the rip, which means I just go hop and I just throw. We want to do, so what are some of the setups I do? You can fake like a lefty wrap, like you're going to go keep it righty.
Pretend you're a right-handed fighter.
I said it's lefty v righty fighting.
You did grab another lefty. Don't step on the cat. This is Van Gogh.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so if I want to go on Noor, right, a lot of times we'll expect a lefty hip wrap. So one of the setups I'll use is I'll like I'm going to go for that, and then we'll go over the top. So we're going to switch mid to high. But that's what's going to keep them from, if I just threw this, the likelihood of them moving or guarding up is very high to block the shot. Whereas if I can get them to pump down and then I push up, I can get over the top. If I want to just do that lefty hip wrap, a lot of people will just like throw it out. So people got really good at house blocking that out. So one of the setups that I'll do is, once again, we're going to pump. We can switch it up. We can act like we're going to go high, and then we can pump up. So real quick, it's just going to be like a step. We're going to go up to drag their guard, and then we're going to bring it around. It also gets us closer to our opponent, which is the goal of how we're going to get around the wrap. If we just threw it from here, we're not close enough to get around the guard. If we set that thing, we come close enough. Now low, if you're my height and you're fighting someone's Noor height, I'm just not going to go low, so I'm not going to cover it because I don't want to do it. Like pretty much your only shot that I would do would be, so like there's no like low setup when I'm like towering over Noor to try to like, let me go all the way. It's going to put you in a bad position. So let's say it's two shorter fighters. So I'm going to take the Noor's level.
Noor got shorter.
We're right here, right? Now, the applicable setups are going to be the same. When I grab a taller fighter here in a second, they're the same height. But with Noor, what you're going to be looking at is you're going to be in a closer game. So the only thing setup-wise that I want to mention in this particular part, if you are a shorter fighter with a shorter reach, is that if you are in more than one combatant mode, realize that you're going to have to get closer to reach your opponent across from you, and you are more in danger. So if Vander slides in, who is my taller opponent, if Vander's here, and you're looking for how am I going to set this up, really the best thing you can do is put your engagement to Vander. Because if I'm Noor's height, and I go on Noor, Vander's going to kill me. And there's really no way that I can work Noor. Whereas, if I know Noor's my height, and I'm shorter, and Vander's taller, I can work around Vander and basically cut off Noor's already short reach from being meaningful. So, now y'all swap? Okay. So, sorry, I'm not even about that. So now Vander, who is my height, and I'm going to show you, basically, no matter what height you are, if you're fighting someone of similar heights. So, a lot of my setups for Vander will be similar with Noor. We were faking load on him, but we don't have to sink as much. With Noor, I really had to sell like the sink to get over the top. With Vander, we can do a lot more of setups that are like quick pump and hit over. We can act like we're going to drive high and then wrap And we don't have to do this much with our knees. Another one is like, you want to go all the way around, is to be like, you'll step left, you'll fake the wrap, you'll switch right, and then you'll come back around. So that's like how you would dart on a righty as a lefty. It's not a high percentage shot, but it's an option. So high side, another one is like, one of the few times that you might be able to sneak a raw shot in is if you just shoot the gap and you try to go right here. But it's going to be very dependent on their guard. If they chicken wing out a lot here, that gets more value than just quick snipe. But most people are going to stay in their house block, stay close. One of the ways that you can pull that shot off too is another, either high or mid. So we pump here, we draw them out, and then we switch it. We pump high, and we look like we're bad at the game, and then we switch our guard to come over. Because really what we're doing setup-wise here is I want to bait Vander into like, look at my juicy arm. And then Vander goes, and then we come over. I hit him in the head because I was looking at the camera. So we were just going to pretend that I was good at that game. Low-wise, you can work a lot more. Really one of the things you want to test setup-wise is Vander concerned about his legs? So if Vander is a concerned fighter, when I pump for his legs, he'll drop his guard or he'll move his legs. And that gives me information, because that means if he likes to drag foot, like right there, what I'll do is I'll switch the other leg while he's in the mid step and he's caught. If he just likes to drop shield, this tells me like, a lot of times you catch people just doing this pump even. Like, boom, and I just get that, and then you go over. And so all you're doing setup-wise is just low pump and then throwing yourself up to come up and over. Even if Vander just does like the small shift, which is like just jumpy fighters, even if I can just pump him, I can still go over the top. A lot of times you'll see like, if you're going over here, the ball is this way. If you're coming over here, you're going to do a level change, which involves like having to stand straight up, keep your abs activated. And really what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to like, so we're switching the level. Vander's probably going to hit me in the face if he swings, and that's just a consequence of your actions. You have to accept it. He's not wrong, it just happens. Another one for like low, if you want to go like super low and you want to double leg, same height person. It's another where like I like to set up where I pump high to get their guard really up and not. The reason I'm pumping is not because I need their weapon up here for what I'm trying to do. It's so their weapon's not in a good position to attack me. So I want Vander to be stuck doing this before he can swing, so I can't. Because if I just go for it, he can just kill me. But if I can pump him up, then in that time that he's traveling, I'm already engaged. So I have time to get my doubles. Now, if I'm Nor's height, and I'm against Vander, if I'm shorter person, right? Once again, we swap in that scenario where high is not really a good option. Same reason that you would hit the low person in the head if you're taller than them. High is not a good option for me here because I can't reach it. So like, if I want to get Vander, even if I pump him and try to go over, it's very easy for him to just re-guard that and then take. So like, I go here and I hit, and then like Vander just takes my arm. And like, most fighters will do like this, even this quick pump, but you're really trying to eat a gap that you're going to approach from here. And like, it's just not really physically angled for me to get over. Whereas with me being tall, it's very easy to just come up and over. So we're going to work a lot more of these zones. And if you have shorter range, just know you're already going to have to closer to your opponent. And like the high is not the most valid option unless you're doing like a very, I'm going kind of all the way into this type of shot. And so if I'm shorter than Vander, a lot of what I'm going to do is like pumps here and like coming in quick. I'm going to like try to pump here, get there. Or if I just want to reverse that and I want to like step pump and then come in. And like right there, his guard was closer. It's like his natural as a fighter. You just learn the opponent against you. The shot's not going to be as good against Vander. If there's someone that likes the full guard block on lefty wrap, that's when that becomes more value because they're expecting like to block you out here, and instead you just switch that. Vander likes to stay close, so knowing that for me, it's like, okay, the most value for me is probably even if I just double pump, like I just get him locked. The only thing we want to do in these setups is just get Vander muscle-wise, like locked into a guard. Get Vander to lock his guard, I can get a shot. Now it's just choosing where to go correctly. But if I just threw a raw, Vander's not locked, so Vander respond like when you block me, sure, he's already there. And it's because his muscles aren't tight. Now like go to guard and try to do the same. You see how he has to activate those muscles again. That gives us the time for the shot. Or if we whip, and he boxes us, gives us time to get back. A lot of your shots when you go in as a lefty, because you're sword side, you're gonna do your thing, throw. If it doesn't work, you're gonna immediately return here. This is like our best guard. And you'll just move with the fight. It's like boom, no, here. And so low-wise, same thing applies. It's basically like if I'm north height, you'll feel really like you want to take these legs. But once again, you're going to have to be closing, so you're really going to have to get in there and get it, and your back's going to be open because they already have a height advantage on you. So if I try to take his leg and he throws over my back, it's very hard for me to guard. So if you're shorter than your opponent, it really behooves you to aggressively play this zone and really just force them to lock guards, and then you can abuse it because being lower, like for me, this is harder to move. If this is your height, it's easier. That's your norm. It's easy to just like come in, come around on somebody. And like that's gonna be your gambit, is to close in and just eliminate, because you're gonna be in danger. As soon as you get here, I'm in danger, and I can't really respond unless I can just barely chip him. And this is even with my longer arm. Really, I'd be like here, I wouldn't have a shot. So really, you're gonna box guard, set up. Your setup's gonna be like box guard out, and then punish. All right, did I miss anything? Anything you think of? That's good. Good. All right, that's it. Cool. Thank you.